Hey guys, Bank here with Bank's Corvair Addiction. Well, I'm out in the shop. I'm always out in the shop. And I am working on today doing my brake master cylinder, new brake lines, and fuel lines. I ordered this off from Clark's a while back for that one over there, but I'm putting them on here. I want to get the bender and stuff and bend my own lines at a copper, nickel, alloy. I took the lines that I got from Clark's. They're kind of bent up into a box a little bit because that's, you know, they can't ship them when they're 8 feet long. And yeah, they're kind of different than the ones that are on here, close. I'd prefer to just make my own lines. I could bend them up. I'd rather do that, but I bought these a while ago. Now, for this one here, I had ordered two of the best complete brake kits that came with everything new, and they came with a master cylinder here new. But I ordered it for the 6162 is the brake master cylinder here is different than this. It's skinny and it's got the screw-in cap in it. Some reason they sent me 63 to 65 FCs in cars. They sent me 3 of these dang ones, or 2 of these, because I ordered 2 whole sets. Now I don't know why they did that. I called Gary. He says you can still put this in there too. I just don't know if it's easy enough to get this open through the floor. I'm going to post on the group as soon as I get off the stop filming this little spot here. I'm going to post on the group and see if I should stick this in there or not, or if I can. Gary says I can. He said the only thing that's different is something like 1 versus 7/8 or something. I don't know what he was talking about. But I would have rather had the right ones. I wish Clark's would have sent me 61, 62. So I don't know why I got these. So anyways, I'll get under there and get the old one off. And I already took the lines and kind of figure out where they go. They're kind of close, not too bad. A little bending I'll have to do. But like I said, I want to get the tool. Eastwood sells it and everybody else sells it, the Eastwood one. And you make your own flares, single flare, double flare, bubble flare, 3/8, quarter, 5/8, whatever. It comes with like 4 different dies. They have another one that has even bigger dies, up to 1/2 inch. But I want to be able to make my own lines. I'm tired of spending all that money on this stuff. It's just, I think I could do a whole vehicle and pretty much almost, you know, for the amount of all the lines, especially if you're getting from the 140 fuel lines, because I want to do my fuel lines too. The 140s are like 175 bucks for the lines and plus shipping. So like I said, if you did a whole vehicle, you bought all the stuff, I think you would pretty much have it almost paid for just in one vehicle. You know, I got another set of fuel lines here. All right, so I'm gonna get under there. Well, there's the original master cylinder. I'm gonna start pulling, I pull this line off and it goes right to this here block. I have a new one. So I'm gonna pull these lines off. I'm gonna try to save them just the way they're bent. I actually like the way these ones are bent better. This other one comes down lower here and comes down closer to this. I like this better. If I had my tool to bend them, I'd bend them more like that. Anyway, it's probably kind of hard to show you, but I'm going to pull this off, take the master cylinder off, and just start pulling the lines off. And I'm gonna tag them where they go. And so I'll be working on making some new lines, but I'm gonna use these ones here that I have gotten from Clark's. Actually kind of funny, I'm under there trying to record, and I just got that light for Christmas from my father-in-law. And it's got a magnetized box right here, and you just touch it on off. I just moved it over to this side. It was there, and I'm under there in the dark trying to take videos and show you guys stuff. A little brighter, eh? See? A lot brighter under here. Master cylinder. Take that off, take my lines off. Jesus, working in the dark like a goof here. I just pulled this off, and the fluid's coming out. It's nice and clean and clear. Almost looks like water. It looks like water, but it's oily. It's oily. All right, so I did post it about the master cylinder there. If I can use the one that I got from Clark's for the, let's see, 63 to 65 FCs, and it's for multiple years on the Corvair car. And I said I posted it on Corvanatics and Steve Morton. Thank you, Steve. He was kind enough to reach out and put his input in. He says good to go with the one that I have from Clark's. It's no problem. Everything's internally the same. He said he would not go with .5 silicone brake fluid. He said his reasons being the cost. If you break down somewhere, or not if you break down, if you're driving somewhere and you don't have it with you and you need to get some from a gas station, most likely they're not going to have it, or service station somewhere. He says the water you get in your lines and rust them out takes so many years for that to happen that he wouldn't. And you have to change out everything. Well, I am changing out everything on here. I'm putting completely everything on here. He said you have to change out all your rubber grommets, everything. So, I mean, I'm putting everything new in here. So maybe I'll just be simple and go with the .3 because, you know, the next guy might put the wrong stuff in then, you know? So hey guys, there's no way that stuff is coming out up there. It is tight. I had put my line wrenches on it and cranked on it, and it's just, nothing's moving. I mean, this Rampside came from Florida originally, so it is on there. So I'm actually bending the whole piece. I think I'll just cut them off right up there. It's not going to matter at this point. I could probably stick that block in the vise and see if I can get them out. But that's what we'll do. We'll get the saw out. All right, so I cut them off all real nice, short, so I can still use these as patterns. I want to keep these old lines. So I made little tags and put on them all. Off master cylinder, off to the brass T from a 61. So as soon as I cut that one back there, it let air in the line and it started dumping out of here. So like I said, I want to be able to make my own. So I'm going to keep these as templates. They seem bent a little nicer than the ones I got. So I like to make my own, you know. Save a couple bucks, plus I like making stuff. All right, now this is the connection that comes, this side here, comes from the front block, the T, and comes around the passenger side and comes into here. And this goes across the FC and goes all the way to the back here. Goes up and catches that T there. That one goes over to the rear driver's side. This one's a long one. It goes through there, all the way down. It's bent down, comes down, goes up, goes through there, and it pops out back there. Now, the only problem I'm having, I was like, boy, I sure wish I could have saved these things just to have them, is these lines are rusted so bad to the part that spins here, the nut, the fitting, that it will not, it's just gonna twist and break. So I'll have to cut one of these. I'll probably cut this one here because the front one's shorter and be easier to make. I was like, boy, I sure wouldn't mind being able to keep these things, you know, but I don't know, you can't spin them off. Hey buddy, I tell you one thing, I was gonna blow out one of those lines. I've been taking the lines that I've been taking off, and let them drip out. And I'm going outside with a rag on one end and just blowing them out to get the brake fluid out of them, because I'm going to keep them just for patterns. But I put my mouth by one and I just blew on it a little bit, and it must have kind of went in my. That sounds gross. It's bad. Don't stick your mouth by brake fluid lines. I'm still spitting it out. 10 minutes. Oh, half hour later. All right, so I pulled the spring off that goes from there up to there. It just hooks up over the top in there. And now I'm gonna go around and I guess pull them bolts out over there. All right, I'm gonna take this pin out of here. It's a 3/4 on this side, 9/16 there. You see it's got that little dot in there? That's a lock nut. These ones here are 9/16. These are the nuts that are welded on this side. And my only question is, why is that one right there? Where am I? Oh, I don't know, right there. It's an inch longer than the rest. Don't know why, it just is. Anyways, we're gonna pull that off next. All right, so I figured I would grease this quick because then I can move the pedal around. And I bought this fancy Amazon gun, and I think it's a hunk of crap. It just doesn't want to pump grease out. I've already opened this up, hit the air out. I've greased a couple fittings on here that took some grease, and the ones that won't, it will not push anything into it. So I'm like, I've been pumping here for 30 pumps and there's nothing. I crack it, you know, try to let the air out if there's any air, and nothing. It's just a piece of junk. And when you do squeeze it, it only pops out like very little tiny bit. I don't know if it's because of this fitting, but I don't know. I'm gonna be reviewing this product, I think. I'm gonna go take my old grease gun and clean it out, put a new tube of grease in it with the Molly and see what we can do. All right. I spent about an hour cleaning this one. I completely tore it apart. Cleaned it in a parts washer, cleaned it all up, blew it. Cleaned it out. Got it on there. It's hard pumping because it doesn't want to, you know, it's probably old dried up grease in there. Is it coming out? I don't know. Oh, I can hear it. Yep, see, it's coming out. There we go. You got the old grease coming out of there. So like I was saying, I took my old grease gun, I pulled the tube up, I pulled the spring, I took everything and dismantled this thing. I didn't, I left the grease in here, I cleaned this, I cleaned everything. The problem with the grease out here in Arizona, even if it's a good grease, I don't know about this Molly, we'll find out. This one has like 3-5% Molly in it. It breaks down and turns to liquid. I should have videoed it, but it's grease. Pull this apart. The grease that was left in the tube was just thick red grease. It looked almost like, like thick candle wax. And the rest of it around in the tube and in the bottom and all over this place was just water, leaky water, basically. So we got grease into it. It's still coming out because it was, you know, a lot of pressure in there. Now I can grease the rest of this stuff and know it's actually gonna grease. Now this one here was one of their better ones on Amazon. It will not pump, like, you know, it pumps, it doesn't make no pressure. So this one here, I hate it. I hate it. All right, you know, I bought that one because my grease guns are, you know, I don't know. I worked for an excavation company for years, about 9 years. We use grease guns every day, you know. I don't think they really make a real good one that works great. I don't know, maybe they do. Maybe the electric ones, battery powered, I don't know. But that one I'm not happy with. And that was like one of the best ones Amazon had. So anyways, Back at it. Stop complaining. Get back to work. Back out in the shop this morning. It's going on 10 to 6. And yeah, yesterday, that grease gun thing, you know, it ate up a whole bunch of my time. Probably took me an hour and a half messing around with that. Anyways, that's behind us, and back out here. So I did wipe the brand new one off, taped it, and I decided to paint it, make it look pretty. I have the old one here. I'm gonna keep that one. I put a plug in the hole. See, what was I gonna say? I got the rubber deal that goes on there. I cleaned up the piece that goes in there, the plunger part. And what I did notice, which I didn't notice when I took it apart, is on the bolt that goes through, it is oblonged forward and back. Now, I don't know if that changes your foot pedal. I don't know where it was when I took it off. I mean, you can't really see that. I don't know how you would ever notice that. I'll have to ask Gary which way that should go, if that's an adjustment for the throw, or I'll go ahead and post it on Corvair Addicts and see if I get a response quick back before I put this together. So I cleaned it all up. I'm gonna go ahead and put some oil on here. Maybe I'll take and make them. There is actually a mark on here. There's actually on this bolt, there's a little bump on there. I was gonna say, I was just gonna pound a little. Yeah, it's pretty much marked by the high side of this lobe. So I didn't know that. So as I was gonna say, I was gonna punch a mark on there so I know which way that is, because once it's in there and it's bolted in there, you do not know. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. This goes over it like this. And this is, see, oblonged. One side's heavy, if I want to say, compared to the other side. And I'm going to flip it over. See, there's that little nub on there. It's right there. It sticks up. So I take it that's got to face front or back. I'm going to go ahead and post that on a video. Or I could ask Gary too. He might. He's probably up. All right, I'm underneath now. I started to screw this one up. The difference between this one too is this one's only got 2 mount holes, and I don't know if I can switch this piece that goes up, this wire that goes up over the top of the cap, because you can't flip it down to open it now, because it hits here. If I can spin that around so it goes the other way, then you can actually take the cap off. If you ask me, it'd probably be way better off to go with the original one. Because now if you gotta put fluid in there, you can still get it in there, but the other one's just got the little cap on the top. So, I don't know. All the groups said go ahead and go for it. There's no problem. You can use it. So, we'll see if I can take that back off and put that cap off. And this is where that long bolt is. And that bolt's weird. It's more coarse, like a sheet metal screw, a wood screw, and it's longer. Cause I was gonna say, I'll just put one of these better bolts on it as a normal thread, but it won't. So for some reason I don't know if it's supposed to be that way. So what I did is I just pulled this off and I put it it was on this side, and I put it onto this side. The only thing is, I know when you take it off of this side, it only goes down to there. Where if it's on this side, it goes down all the way and hangs off. You can still get it off, but like I said, I posted on the groups and they said I'd be fine to go ahead and use it. So like I said, I flipped the latch cover to this side, and it won't allow it to open all the way because of this here, the way it's made. So you still can't get the cover up off of it. There's just no way, unless you're gonna damage that rubber under there. So I don't, there's just no way. Yeah, sometimes this stuff is frustrating, you know. You just gotta figure it out, especially, you know, for me, I haven't done it, but once I do it once, I'll know. So I did get a bunch of comments from Corvair. These guys are great, you know. I was kind of upset about this, you know. They said it would work and I couldn't get it in there. They said flip the bail, the latch part on top. It's called a bail. I didn't know. Flip the bail back to where it was, and you can actually flip it all the way over. I didn't know. You grab the thing and pull it. So if you grab it, it's kind of hard to lift it up. You almost gotta use a screwdriver, and you can flip it that way there, and you can get the cover off. So thanks guys. You know, I put it out there as kind of like, you know, don't be sending out bad advice, but nobody said, you know, flip the bail the other way. Because when you pull it, where the handle is, you would naturally go that way with it. And I didn't know it would flip all the way over to the passenger side there. So, hey. And then a couple other people said, yeah, I have it on my 63. It works, just a little hard to get it off. And somebody said they put a dual in there and they can actually get their bail open and get the cover off without even, it sounds like they didn't even put a hole in the bottom of their floor, which I would probably just cut out and make a nice, that's another thing I should probably cut out on a cutter, on a table. I should measure that right now, write a note, a cover to put in the floor, for a double master cylinder. And, oh yeah, I got some comments like, hey, very clean under there. That's, you know, so I sent them a few pictures and I said, you know, and got some thumbs up. And I said, well, you know, it's on, videos are on Bink's Corvair Addiction. So maybe we'll get a couple more people out there watching it. So, all right, I'm happy I can continue now. I'm still not worried about being a dual master. I can put one in later down the road. I just want to get this thing off the lift. I'll get the other things to do here. I want to get her done. So, all right, let's continue on this. Thanks, guys. All right, I got it all bolted in. Thanks to the guys on the groups, Corvair. That little nub, I looked on that one, yeah, and it's in the back position. That's got to give you your, I'm assuming that gives you your adjustment for your pedal to move it up and down a little bit, how you would like it. All right, so I got this one on, the master cylinder. I had to tweak it and bend it a little bit to get it properly. The trick is to get these buggers lined up nice and straight to get them on. Get them lined up nice and straight. So I got the two side ones on for the front wheels. And this one, and I'm gonna put the top one on that's gonna go, let's see. It is going to, go from there. It's gonna bend around, come down, and go through another and turn back there. Now, I don't like how they have them bent. These are the pre-bent ones. They're not, these aren't even quite, they're close but different. So I had to kind of tweak the other ones. So now let's go back there. It comes through. It's bent too tight. I'm gonna have to bend it back a little bit. It's bent into here. And right here is where I had to remove, oh, it's sitting around here somewhere. Here it is. I had to remove, this clip was way up here to hold the line. So I'm just gonna relocate it in a nicer location. And now what I'm working on is, because I want to connect them two together and kind of get these lines formed. And it's going to go over there. You can kind of see where it used to kind of go. And it went down through there, I do believe. Probably caught that. And it comes up and goes up under there. If I get this here for you. And here. So I can't get these things off. There's no way. They're gonna twist and snap. This whole thing's bending. So I'm gonna take my cutoff wheel, I'm just gonna cut these off nice and close because I wanna keep these for templates in the future. And I'll take that off and maybe clean this a little bit here with a brush, spray it a little bit. And I'm gonna put the next block on here. This one right here, I'll put that one on there. And then I'm gonna try to bend these lines and get them kind of pre-fit Other than that, it's going pretty good. This is probably going to show you much because it's hard to see here. But this one here, this is the part that goes across up the top. It comes down, it's bent, and it goes up around in here. You kind of got to sandwich this two together and pull it out. I'm trying to save it without bending it all. If these guys are doing this, you'll figure that out yourself. Is there an easier way to, I don't know. I don't think so. So I'm trying to save it for a pattern because stuff I have from Clark's isn't even, you know, because they fold it in half and put it in a box. It's just, you know, it's just lengths that have similar bends, kind of. All right, so everything underneath is going well. This is actually the best line match out of what I had gotten from Clark's. And the long ones, because they're so long, the long one that goes the back half to your tee, in the back, it's folded in half in a box, and it wasn't so, you know, I just straighten it out. And then the best thing is if you can save your old lines and pull them out the best you can and bend them to that. That one was a pain. There were some weird bends in it that wasn't quite right to the one that was in this vehicle and didn't seem, I mean, maybe it would have worked, but so I had to kind of straighten those out and kind of left a little divot in it. And the way I am, I like stuff to look like nice and straight like this one, you know? So I got it pretty straight. I took a piece of plywood and put it on this rubber on the corner and give it a board over it and give it a little smack with a hammer a little bit to try to get her a little bit better. I would definitely like to just do this from scratch myself. I do a better job at it than deal with these, but this is what I have. I smack myself in the face. This is what I have. And so I got the fronts on, I got the backs on, and this is the last one. So now I don't know where they come through, where they're gonna come and hook to your rubber hose to go to your brake. But we'll see. We might have to do a little tweak in there, but other than that, and then I had to drill that one spot out to put the clip in. This clip was up there, but when I put those metal tubes in, it was right in the wrong spot. This one holds a gas line and the brake line. So I had to relocate it, and I found a clip. I just grabbed one off a Chili Willy in the yard, so got that. So we're good. Let's get back under there. This one should be, this is the last one. I thought it was going to be the hardest one, and I think it's going to be pretty easy. As I remember, I had to kind of fold this, bend it in, and get it in there. Just got to remember where I got it, up over my lines. Take pictures. I took pictures. So this one I'm pretty happy with. So anyways, let's get under there. All right, last line. And I've been trying to keep rubber caps over the end of these. A couple of them came with caps, a couple didn't. These red ones are from Clark's. They tend to fall off easy, but yeah, this line goes up and connects to the top of the T over here, comes across there. There's a little clip that latches in here. It goes down, under, up, and over, and that's it. I did take a picture. It goes up over this here line, and take pictures. I know I had to squish it just a little bit, and it seemed like, I thought this for sure, I'll get out of the way, that this one would be the hardest one. But it might be, I don't know, the easiest one. And if we get her, it'd be great. See, just don't want to get it stuck over a line, or because we got these things that run to your heater box blower, and that's so bad. Let's see. Now, does it go up over, or does it go under? I don't know. Where's it gotta go to? Back over here. Oh, way up here. So it probably goes, I'm assuming, over these back here. And I don't think it's that hard to get this here. Yeah, over the ones in the back, over the, kind of next to them, I guess, on that side of them. So, goes like something like that, not so hard. And I guess. Is it not? I guess it's just how it's bent. And we'll bend that one back that way. Oh yeah, pretty good, pretty easy. How many of you guys was away? Pretty easy. I think I'm gonna try to screw that one in there before I snap this in. Not too bad. Sorry about filming the back of my head. Not too bad anyways. I'll get this one screwed in there. The hardest part, well, is getting it lined up to screw in. Make sure it's nice and straight. And even get as straight as you can. Don't, make sure it goes in with your fingers. Uh-oh, battery's dying. Time to charge the flashlight, I think. All right, we'll get back at her. All right, now I'm onto the fuel lines. This is my old line. I saved it. I pulled it out a while back. And this is the new one. These are approximately 8'3" when I run a measuring tape over it. Maybe could be another inch longer with the bends. But, so this is what I have to figure out and straighten. Obviously that's the right end here, them pieces, so I'll start with that, I guess. I said I ordered this all from Clark's, and they have to fold it in half, so I would rather have a roll of this stuff and just bend my own, time you unkink it and stuff. But this here looks like it's pretty much that, I mean, right there, now that's completely off right there. Is it correct on theirs and wrong on mine? I don't know. And then the end of it over there is, it's got that, but then it's a little different. So, and it's got this here and there. So I don't know. This was in there. This is what I pulled out. And I believe I didn't bend anything. I just took it out and kept it. So I'll go ahead and bend that straight. Well, yeah, see, I gotta bend it. See, that's horrible because I have to put my freaking bend over here, and I got that bend. So that has to get, if you go like that, yeah, that's all gotta get straight. There's a little deal there maybe, but anyways, that's what you gotta do. All right, I got my fuel line. I know this bends, it's supposed to go through there or something with the hose, but I'm gonna leave that the way it is. I'm gonna be putting my electric fuel pump maybe somewhere in this area. I'm pretty happy with how I have it ran. It's pretty good, pretty nice, I think. Considering I didn't bend them. Like here's a little thing, but there was a bend right there in Clark's, and it just went up. It probably would have been fine, but anyways, I don't know, it wouldn't. But anyways, I got her to go up, and my fuel line goes up through. I don't know if it's supposed to catch on to here. I gotta figure that out. I got the lines. They just come back here for now, and that's where I'm just gonna leave them for right now, and until I get to the next part. So they're ran. I'm happy with that. All right, I'm happy with what I got done today. It's actually good progress for me. Not any real problems, not major. I might have to just tweak it a little bit, bend the lines a little bit, like the front passenger and driver side, where they come through and where they go into the rubber line. Maybe a little adjusting there, maybe a little adjusting on the back ones. And I said the fuel line, I gotta figure out this right back through here, how it goes through and how it connects. I'll talk to Gary about that. But anyways, that's that. I'm pretty happy with it, and hopefully it doesn't leak and everything's good. I don't know, best I can do. So any questions, suggestions, a way to do it better, let me know. Send me a little message below. I guess please subscribe to our channel. Yeah, I appreciate it. Appreciate you watching, subscribing. Appreciate the comments, positive, negative. Let me know which way I'm doing it, right, wrong, way you do it. I hope this videos are helping you out. First time I've did any of this here, and I'm having fun. I like doing this. I think I can make these nicer from scratch. So I'm going to take some of the fittings, find out exactly what size they are, and go ahead and order a bunch of that. Order that nickel copper tubing in the different sizes and the bender, and then I can go to town making my own here and make fuel lines. So, all right, now this I'm just gonna let them know. This is what I didn't know what that nub was for. What I was calling Gary and saying, is this for adjusting for a pedal or what? And you say that's to adjust
the depth of the stem that goes inside of the master cylinder. Okay, the rod that's on the eccentric. The eccentric is on this side. And what it does is adjust this inside of this hole of the master cylinder.
Okay.
You want that where it's just ever so slightly, so it's got to go to get to the bottom. Just ever so slightly. That way, when you let up off from your pedal, this will come back to a seating position, and all of your fluids from your wheel cylinders that are putting on your brakes, when they let them off, it'll put all of your fluid back into the reservoir. If you keep this down just a little bit, just even the space of a screwdriver down inside of there, it doesn't let it back in.
The fluid, okay.
The fluid back into the master cylinder.
See? All right. That's what I was calling you, asking about it being oblong deal there.
And now that I see it, I know what you're talking about.
Okay. Because I thought it was for adjusting, like I was just talking to you now, is for adjusting the brake pedal. I'm glad you're here today. Gary's been helping me, teaching me all kinds of little things.
Okay, and the way you do this is, you can see that it's pushing it, you can see that it's pushing the rod back. So you want to bring it back to right there. And then you hang on to this side and tighten the nut.
So you brought it just so it was just touching it.
Right, right. And you'll be able to feel that when you
loosen it and then you
run it back and forth.
Back and forth.
Yeah. You can actually feel it. Here.
Feel it.
You
Okay.
feel it.
All right. Okay. You feel it so it just touches it?
Yeah, and then bring it back just a hair.
Okay.
Right there.
Okay, so it just touches it, bring it back.
Just a hair.
Just a hair. Tighten your nut up.
Yep.
And don't move the rest of it.
Right.
All right, well, I'm sure glad I had Gary here today, because we were just kind of going to wrap up the day. And I kind of just pointed that out about the little nub on there that, hey, I'm learning. So, and he said, no, you got to have it so it's just touching it. And I was like, I don't know don't have a clue what you're talking about. So, Gary.
So I showed you?
Yeah.
I showed you, and then I let you do it.
Yeah. So till you just feel it, and then bring it back just a little bit, tighten that nut.
And it'll be off the bottom. It'll be off from the plunger ever so slightly.
Okay, that's how you do it, and
hopefully you'll make it through.
All right, well, that will wrap up this end of this little episode of Bink's Corvair Addiction. Round 2. Maybe there's a third one. I did something else wrong. I'm sure there is, but Gary would teach me. So, all right, thanks for watching. Bink's Corvair Addiction.